Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Let that sink in for a moment. Because right now, your life, your circumstances, your relationships, your finances are all quietly governed by something you can't see. It's not luck. It's not fate. It's not even the conscious decisions you think you're making. It's your subconscious mind. And if you've ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly manifest everything they want, while others stay stuck in the same loops for years, the answer lies buried deep within that invisible force. And the truth is, they programmed their mind long before they ever received the results. But what if I told you, you could do the same? What if you could reprogram your subconscious mind and start attracting the life you've always dreamed of? Not by working harder, not by forcing it, but by shifting something much deeper, something internal. What I'm about to reveal will not only challenge everything you've been taught, it might just unlock the greatest superpower you never knew you had. So listen carefully, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Before we dive in, if you're someone who's felt stuck, held back, or like life is somehow passing you by, this video is exactly what you need. And if it speaks to you, hit that subscribe button and share this with someone who needs it, because what you're about to discover could change everything. Part 1. The invisible program running your life. Here's the uncomfortable truth. By the time you were 7 years old, most of your subconscious programming was already complete. Let that sink in. Before you even understood who you were being shaped, molded, and conditioned by the voices, patterns, and beliefs around you. Your parents, your environment, your culture, your experiences. They became the software running the show, quietly dictating what you believe about money, love, success, happiness, even your own worth. And now, as an adult, you think you're in control, but the subconscious, that quiet, unseen part of your mind, is responsible for over 95% of your behavior. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe you deserve. Read that again. That's why affirmations without belief don't work. That's why hard work without alignment often leads to burnout. That's why you can set goals every January and still sabotage them by March. Because you're trying to fight a program with willpower alone. And willpower? It's the weakest tool in the toolbox. But here's where things get exciting. Your subconscious mind isn't fixed. It's not your destiny, unless you leave it on autopilot. It can be reprogrammed. And when it is, everything changes. Imagine walking into a room full of opportunity and actually feeling worthy of receiving it. Imagine speaking your truth without fear. Imagine attracting the right people, the right moments, the right timing, not by accident, but by alignment. This isn't magic. It's science. It's psychology. And it's one of the most powerful forces on earth. So the real question is, what have you been programmed to believe that's quietly holding you back? Let me tell you a story. There was a young woman I knew, let's call her Sarah. Sarah was smart, kind, ambitious. She read all the books, took all the courses, tried all the tricks. But no matter how hard she worked, her results never matched her efforts. One day during a coaching session, she broke down and said something I'll never forget. No matter what I do, I just don't believe I deserve success. Boom. There it was. Not laziness, not a lack of intelligence, not even fear. Just a quiet, subconscious belief implanted when she was young, telling her that success wasn't for people like her. Once we uncovered that, everything shifted. She started reprogramming the belief, not just with words, but with repetition, with visualization, with emotion. And 3 months later, Sarah landed her dream job in a role she once believed she wasn't qualified for. It wasn't magic. It was subconscious alignment. And if Sarah can do it, why not you? Right now, whether you realize it or not, your subconscious is manifesting patterns over and over again. Relationships that reflect your inner worth. Financial circumstances that reflect your internal ceiling. Opportunities that match your deepest identity, not your surface-level intentions. But here's the twist. You're not broken. You were just programmed. And the greatest power you have is the power to rewrite the code. In the next part, I'm going to walk you through the actual process, the science and strategy of how to reprogram your subconscious mind. But before we continue, ask yourself this. What is one belief about yourself that no longer serves you? And where do you think it came from? Let it rise. Because awareness is the first step to reprogramming. If this resonates with you so far, drop a comment below with one belief you're ready to let go of, and tag someone who needs this. Let's start reprogramming together.
Part 2. The Science of Subconscious Programming. Let's get one thing clear. This isn't woo-woo. This isn't wishful thinking or some feel-good fantasy. This is neuroscience. And if you understand how it works, you can literally rewire your brain for success. Your subconscious mind is like the soil of your life. Whatever seeds are planted, beliefs, thoughts, habits, will eventually grow into the results you see in the real world. The problem, most of us are walking around with weeds growing in that soil. Beliefs like, I'll never be good enough. Money is hard to make. I'm not lovable. I'm just not lucky like other people. These aren't facts. They're repeated thoughts that turned into subconscious programs, and the brain, being efficient and lazy by nature, runs those same programs on loop until you interrupt the pattern. So how do we interrupt it? Let's start with the first tool, repetition. But not just mindless repetition, emotionalized repetition. You see, the subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotion, imagery, and identity. That's why simply saying, I'm rich, doesn't change anything if deep down you feel broke, scared, or undeserving. But when you start speaking words that carry feeling, when you visualize them, when you live them in your imagination as if they were already real, that's when your subconscious starts to believe. Here's the science. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity, the ability to physically rewire itself based on what you think and feel consistently. That means your brain is not fixed. It's more like clay than concrete. If you feed it empowering thoughts, vivid imagery, and consistent emotional reinforcement, it begins to reorganize its wiring. And over time, the old belief fades, while the new one becomes second nature. This is exactly how people manifest massive changes in their life, almost overnight. Not because reality magically shifts in a moment, but because they shift first. Inner world first, outer world second. And now I want to give you a simple exercise to begin that process. Right after this video, I want you to do this. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. and visualize one goal that matters deeply to you. Not something you think you should want, but something that sets your soul on fire. Now imagine it's already happened. Feel it, taste it, hear it, see it. Step into that version of you who already lives it. Do this for 5 minutes a day, morning or night, and do it consistently. Because when your subconscious sees it clearly and repeatedly, it begins to believe it. And once it believes it, it starts to manifest it. Comment below. What's one goal you're going to visualize every day for the next 30 days? Make it public. Make it real. Let me share another real example with you. There was a man named Eric. For most of his life, he struggled financially. He believed that because he grew up poor, he was destined to stay poor. Even when he started making decent money, he would always find a way to lose it. Unconsciously. Because his subconscious blueprint said, "You're not someone who keeps wealth." One day he heard something powerful. You can't outperform your identity. That hit him. So instead of focusing on external goals, he focused on changing who he believed he was. Every morning he'd wake up, look in the mirror, and affirm, "I am a magnet for wealth. I am responsible. I am aligned with abundance." He felt silly at first, but he didn't stop. He visualized himself making wise choices. He imagined how it would feel to have savings, investments, freedom. He practiced the habits of that version of himself. 6 months later, Eric had his first 5-figure savings account. A year later, he launched a side business. By year 2, he had replaced his job income entirely. What changed? Not the economy, not his education, not some lucky break. His identity shifted, and his results followed. Here's something most people don't realize. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you're in alignment with. That means you could want a loving relationship, but if you subconsciously believe you're unlovable, you'll attract someone who proves it. You could want success, but if your subconscious sees success as unsafe or impossible, you'll push it away without realizing it. This is the silent war most people are losing, and they don't even know they're in a battle. But you're waking up. You're becoming conscious. You're starting to question the old programming. And that makes you dangerous, in the best way possible. Because when you master the subconscious, you master your reality. If you're ready to start reprogramming today, not someday, let me know in the comments. Type, "I'm ready," and claim it. The act of writing it down, of declaring it, is the beginning of new programming. And don't just keep this to yourself. Share it. Send this to someone who's ready to break free too. In the next part, I'm going to show you the 3 biggest lies that are secretly keeping your subconscious stuck. These are lies you've been told since childhood, lies that sound true, lies that are costing you everything you could be. But once you see them clearly, you'll never be trapped by them again. And that is when the real shift begins.
Part 3. The 3 biggest lies blocking your manifestation. Let's get real for a second. You've probably heard all the motivational talk. Think positive, dream big, manifest your desires. And maybe you've tried. Maybe you've written your goals, said your affirmations, visualized your dream life. But deep down, something still feels stuck. Like there's an invisible wall between where you are and where you know you're meant to be. That invisible wall? It's made of lies. Subconscious lies. And today we're going to destroy the 3 biggest ones, the ones quietly running your life like malware in the background. Because once you expose these lies, you reclaim your power to manifest anything you desire. Lie number 1. I'm not enough. This is the root virus, the core wound, the lie that shows up in 1,000 disguises. I'm not smart enough. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not talented enough. I'm not spiritual enough. Where did it come from? A moment, a look, a word. Maybe from a parent who didn't know better, a teacher who embarrassed you, a friend who betrayed you. But over time, that one moment became your truth, not because it was true, but because it was repeated. And now, you don't even question it. You just operate from it. Here's the truth. You were born enough. You don't need to earn it, prove it, or perform for it. Reprogramming starts with rejecting this lie and replacing it with a new core belief. I am enough, right now, as I am. And when that belief sinks in, you stop chasing love. You stop begging for success. You become the magnet. CTA, Journal Breakthrough. Right now, pause and ask yourself, where in my life have I been trying to prove I'm enough? Write it down, because clarity kills confusion, and awareness kills the lie. Drop I am enough in the comments if you're ready to delete that old code. Lie number 2. I need to play it safe. This one is sneaky, because it doesn't sound wrong, it sounds reasonable. Be realistic. Don't take too many risks. Stick to what you know. But the subconscious doesn't care about your goals. It cares about your survival. And anything unfamiliar, it sees as a threat. That's why every time you try to level up, your inner voice whispers, what if you fail? What if they laugh at you? What if it doesn't work? This is not intuition. This is programming. Programming designed to keep you in your comfort zone, even if your comfort zone is destroying your dreams. Let me be blunt. There is no growth in safety. Your subconscious must be taught that risk isn't danger, it's life. Because without risk, you stay the same. And staying the same is the biggest risk of all. I knew a man named Daniel. For years, he had a dream of starting his own business, but every time he got close, he'd talk himself out of it. What if I lose everything? What if I'm not cut out for it? One day, someone asked him, what's worse, failing or never knowing? That question broke the loop. He didn't quit his job overnight. He started small, a few hours a week, a small investment, tiny steps. But with each step, his subconscious belief shifted from, it's not safe, to, I can handle this. Fast forward 18 months, and Daniel not only replaced his income, he was traveling the world, doing work he loved on his own terms. He didn't remove fear. He reprogrammed what fear meant. I want you to reframe this question, not, what if I fail, but, what if I succeed? Say it aloud. What if I succeed? Let your subconscious feel the power of that new frame. If that unlocks something inside you, comment, I choose growth. Lie number 3. It's too late for me. This one crushes more dreams than failure ever could. It sounds like, I'm too old. I missed my chance. If only I started sooner. Let me ask you this. Too late for what exactly? Too late to change? Too late to learn? Too late to live? Let me tell you something no one ever told you in school. The subconscious doesn't care how old you are. It responds to what you believe and what you repeat. Colonel Sanders was in his 60s when he started KFC. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until she was 40. Oprah was fired from her first TV job. They weren't late. They were right on time. And so are you. The belief that it's too late is a mental prison designed to keep you from trying. But here's the truth. You are not behind. You're just getting started. And if you're still breathing, your purpose isn't done. Look at me. It's not too late to rewrite your story. It's not too late to break free. It's not too late to become who you were always meant to be. But it is too late to keep believing lies that were never yours to carry. Type this in the comments and claim it. I'm not too late. I'm right on time. Because when you declare it, your subconscious listens. Say it, mean it, believe it, and watch how life starts to rise up to meet you. In the next part, I'm going to give you a powerful method backed by neuroscience to install new beliefs into your subconscious, step by step. It's simple, it's practical, and it works. If you're ready to let go of who you've been and step into who you really are.
Part 4. How to install new beliefs into your subconscious mind. You've uncovered the lies. You've started becoming aware of the hidden programming. But now, it's time to do something most people never do. Install new beliefs. Consciously, intentionally, and permanently. This isn't about thinking happy thoughts. This is about replacing your internal operating system. Because here's what no one tells you. You don't remove old beliefs by force. You overwrite them. Just like updating a phone, the old software doesn't need to be deleted line by line. You install something better, something stronger, and the old code fades away naturally. So how do we install new subconscious beliefs? With the 3R method. Relax, rehearse, reinforce. Step 1. Relax. You cannot reprogram a tensed, stressed out, distracted mind. Your subconscious becomes most open and suggestible when your brain is in theta, a deeply relaxed state, typically found right before sleep or just after waking. This is why those first and last 10 minutes of your day are sacred. If you spend them scrolling through chaos or stressing about your to-do list, you're feeding that chaos straight into your subconscious. But if you slow down, breathe, center yourself, you create space for change. This is the door. Everything starts here. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Now imagine a safe, peaceful space. No noise, no pressure, just presence. This is your access point. This is where reprogramming begins. Even 5 minutes of intentional relaxation a day can unlock massive transformation because it makes your mind receptive. Pick one moment, morning or night, to spend just 5 minutes in silence. No distractions, just you, your breath, and your vision. This is your gateway to subconscious change. Comment below 5 minutes daily if you commit to this. Step 2. Rehearse. Now comes the work of planting the new beliefs. You must rehearse the identity of the person you want to become. This is not fake it till you make it. This is feel it till you become it. The subconscious doesn't distinguish between reality and vividly imagined experience, especially when charged with emotion. That means when you mentally rehearse success, your brain begins to fire new neural pathways as if it's already real. Athletes use this. Olympians use this. Top performers, entrepreneurs, visionaries, they all visualize not just outcomes, but identities. So how do you rehearse? Speak affirmations that feel true and emotional. Not, I will be successful, but I am a powerful creator. I am aligned. I am worthy of abundance. Visualize yourself already living that life,
Not dreaming of it, living it. What are you wearing? How do you speak? How do you feel? What's your energy like? Do this consistently, and your subconscious starts to shift. There was a study done where two groups practiced playing the piano. One group physically played. The other group only visualized playing, mentally rehearsing the movement. After several weeks, both groups showed nearly identical changes in brain structure. One practiced in the real world, one practiced in the mind. That's how powerful mental rehearsal is. And if it can reshape the brain, it can reshape your life. Step 3. Reinforce. Reprogramming is not a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. The subconscious mind changes through repetition and consistency. Think of it like learning a language. You don't speak fluently after one lesson. You immerse yourself daily. Same with beliefs. You reinforce by repeating affirmations that feel true and emotional, surrounding yourself with content, people, and environments that support the new version of you, and catching the old beliefs when they arise, and choosing new ones in real time. Each time you do this, you're laying a new neural path. Eventually, the new path becomes the dominant one, and the old belief, it fades from lack of use. Here's a quick script you can say aloud every day, right after waking or before bed. I am not my past. I am not my fear. I am worthy, powerful, and fully capable. I now align with abundance, love, and purpose. Everything I need is already within me. I am becoming the person I was born to be. Read it slowly. Feel it. Don't rush. Say this every day for the next 21 days. Watch what happens. If you're in, comment, Day 1, I'm becoming. Remember this. You're not broken. You're not too late. You're not behind. You were simply running a program you didn't choose. But now you do choose. And when you choose to relax, rehearse, and reinforce, you reclaim control of your subconscious mind. And when that happens, the world around you begins to shift. Because the world is not happening to you, it's happening through you. In Part 5, we're going to talk about the hidden power of identity shifts and why nothing in your life will change until you do. Because the real secret is this: you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And when you become the version of you who already has it all, it starts showing up almost effortlessly. Part 5. Shift your identity. Become the version who already has it. Let me ask you something. Who are you, really? I'm not talking about your name, your job, or your past. I'm talking about the story you tell yourself every single day about who you are, what you're worth, and what's possible for your life. Because here's the brutal truth most people never hear. Your identity is your ceiling. It sets the limit for what you believe you can do, have, and be. And no matter how many affirmations you say, no matter how many goals you write down, if your identity is rooted in fear, lack, or unworthiness, you will never rise above it. But here's the good news. Your identity is not fixed. It's not who you are. It's who you've been trained to be. And the moment you decide to shift your identity, your reality begins to shift with it. I'll never forget a conversation I had with someone who used to struggle with money. She said, "No matter how much I earn, I still feel broke. I still act broke." That wasn't a money issue. That was an identity issue. She believed she was the kind of person who never had enough. So even when money came in, she'd find ways to sabotage overspend, or play small. Until she made one decision: I am no longer the broke version of me. That chapter is done. She didn't wait for her bank account to change. She changed first. She started dressing differently, walking differently, speaking with confidence, making bold financial moves, all from a new identity. And as she shifted, everything around her shifted too. The formula: be, do, have. Most people live life backwards. They wait until they have more, so they can do more, so they can finally be someone new. But that's a trap. The real formula is be first, then do from that place, then have what naturally flows from it. You don't wait to be confident until you get the job. You become confident, and then the job comes. You don't wait to be abundant until the money shows up. You embody abundance, and money follows your energy. Identity first. Everything else follows. Take a moment right now and finish this sentence. I am the kind of person who... Whatever comes next, that's your identity. So how would the most empowered version of you complete that sentence? Comment it below. Make it real. Let me be blunt. You will never consistently outperform your identity. That's why people self-sabotage when things get good, why they pull back right before the breakthrough, why they attract the same toxic patterns over and over again. Because their identity is stuck in the past. But what if you upgraded it? What if you stopped seeing yourself as the broken one and started seeing yourself as the healed one? What if you stopped saying, I'm not ready, and started saying, I'm becoming? That shift, that is when you start attracting new outcomes. Because now you're not chasing, you're aligning. Take a moment right now and finish this sentence. I am the kind of person who... Whatever comes next, that's your identity. So how would the most empowered version of you complete that sentence? Comment it below. Make it real. Let me be blunt. You will never consistently outperform your identity. That's why people self-sabotage when things get good, why they pull back right before the breakthrough, why they attract the same toxic patterns over and over again, because their identity is stuck in the past. But what if you upgraded it? What if you stopped seeing yourself as the broken one and started seeing yourself as the healed one? What if you stopped saying, I'm not ready, and started saying, I'm becoming? That shift, that is when you start attracting new outcomes, because now you're not chasing, you're aligning. Close your eyes for a second. Picture the future you, the version who already has what you want. What does their life look like? How do they walk? How do they treat others? How do they handle challenges? Now, start showing up as them. Not someday, not next year, today. Step into that energy now and watch how your reality responds. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, act like the future version of you is already here. Speak how they speak. Make decisions they would make. Hold yourself with the confidence they carry. And notice how people respond, how new ideas appear, how your energy shifts. Then come back and comment, what changed? Because when you move like the person you want to become, life starts meeting you where you are. You are not your circumstances. You are not your past. You are not your doubts. You are the programmer of your reality. And when you shift your identity, you shift the vibration you emit. And when your vibration changes, you start attracting everything that matches it. This isn't pretending. This is alignment. This is power. And once you own it, the world can't help but reflect it. In the next part, I'm going to show you the #1 sabotage pattern most people fall into when they try to reprogram their mind, and how to break it for good. Because belief is powerful, but consistency? That's where the magic happens.
Part 6. The #1 sabotage pattern and how to break it for good. So, you've started the work. You're visualizing. You're affirming. You're shifting your identity. And for a moment, it feels like everything is changing. But then, life gets messy. Old habits sneak back in. Doubt creeps up. You skip a day, then 2. Then suddenly, you're back in the same loop, wondering what happened. Sound familiar? This is the part no one likes to talk about, the messy middle. The space between your old identity and the new one. The space where the old program doesn't want to let go. And it creates the #1 pattern that silently destroys people's transformation. Self-sabotage. Let's be real. Self-sabotage isn't failure. It's fear wearing a mask. It's your subconscious saying, wait, this isn't who we are. This feels dangerous. Because even though your dreams feel exciting, they also feel unsafe to the part of you that spent years living small. That part of you would rather stay in the comfort of struggle than step into the unknown of abundance. It's not logical, but it's real. And if you don't catch it, it will win. So how do we break the sabotage pattern? Let's break it down into 3 steps. Awareness, rewiring, integration. Step 1. Awareness. Name the saboteur. You can't fix what you won't face. The first step is to notice the pattern, not with shame, but with curiosity. Do you start strong, then quit before results show up? Get close to success, then accidentally mess things up? Say you want more, but never follow through consistently. Find reasons why now isn't the right time. That's not laziness. That's subconscious resistance. But when you name it, you weaken it. So right now, ask yourself, where in my life am I getting in my own way, and why? Write it down. Don't sugarcoat it. And then say this aloud. This is a pattern, not my identity, and I am safe to let it go. Drop in the comments, I am no longer available for self-sabotage. Let it be a public declaration that you're done with the old story. Step 2. Rewiring. Create a new response. Sabotage lives in the moment between desire and action, that tiny space where fear whispers, what if this fails? What if you look stupid? What if you lose everything? You must rewire your response to fear, because fear is not the problem. It's your reaction to fear that matters. The next time fear shows up, don't resist it. Breathe, acknowledge it, and say, thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose expansion. Then take one small action anyway. This is how you retrain the subconscious. Feel the fear and move anyway. There was a man who was terrified of public speaking. He had the skills, the knowledge, the desire. But every time he got an opportunity, he'd find an excuse to say no. Until one day, he said yes, while still shaking. He walked on stage, voice trembling, and told the truth. I'm terrified right now, but I'm doing this anyway. The crowd erupted. That moment rewired his subconscious, because he proved to his own mind that fear doesn't control me anymore. And that was the beginning of everything. Step 3. Integration. Make it who you are. This is the long game. You can't just dip your toe in transformation and expect permanent change. You have to live it, breathe it, become it. Integration means you keep showing up even when it's boring. You honor the new identity even when no one's watching. You treat your goals like non-negotiables, not nice ideas. This is how reprogramming becomes permanent. Not with intensity, but with consistency. Here's the challenge. For the next 7 days, act from your highest self, no matter what. Catch the sabotage thought. Pause. Breathe. Choose a new action. And repeat every single day. At the end of the week, journal what changed. You'll be stunned how fast alignment creates momentum. If you're in, type 7-day pact in the comments and commit. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to never feel fear again. You just need to stop letting your past write your future. Self-sabotage ends the moment you say, I am no longer available for anything less than the life I deserve. You've already come this far. You've already started the shift. Now it's time to protect the new version of you at all costs. Because when you stop playing tug of war with your old self, that's when you attract what's been waiting for you all along. In the final part of this journey, I'm going to give you a full blueprint to stay reprogrammed for life, so you never fall back into the old version again. We'll bring it all together, and you'll walk away with a new mindset, a new energy, and a new reality.
Part 7. Lock it in. Stay reprogrammed and attract for life. You've come a long way. You've uncovered the hidden patterns, faced the old beliefs, visualized the new future, shifted your identity, fought off sabotage. But now, the final step. Because reprogramming your subconscious mind is not a one-time moment. It's not a weekend breakthrough. It's a way of life. And if you don't lock it in, your mind will drift back into old patterns. Not because you're weak, not because it didn't work, but because the subconscious loves the familiar, even if that familiarity is keeping you stuck. So this final part is your blueprint, your personal system for staying reprogrammed, aligned, and magnetic for life. Let's go. Step 1. The daily reset. Every day, your subconscious mind is being programmed by what you see, what you hear, what you say, what you feel. So if you're not deliberately programming it, the world is doing it for you. You need a system, a ritual. Here's a powerful one that takes just 10 to 15 minutes a day. 1. Quiet your mind. Spend 2 to 3 minutes in stillness. No phone, no noise, just breath. 2. Affirm your identity. Speak your truth aloud. I am aligned. I am powerful. I am magnetic to all that serves me. 3. Visualize your future as now. Feel it in your body, not as a wish, as a reality. 4. Speak gratitude in advance. I'm so grateful for the abundance flowing to me today. Gratitude activates your receiving mode. 5. Move with intention. Walk, talk, and make decisions like the version of you who already has it. Do this before the world touches you, first thing in the morning. This is your mental armor, your reset. If you're committing to this daily reset, comment below, I program my mind daily. Because the mind you program is the life you live. Step 2. The 3 environments of alignment. You can't reprogram your mind and live in the same environment that programmed your fear. Your results are not just about your mindset, they're about your ecosystem. There are 3 key environments that must support your subconscious upgrade. 1. Physical environment. Your space should reflect your new identity. Is it clean, organized, inspiring, or is it pulling you back into survival mode? 2. Social environment. Do the people around you support the future you're building, or do they constantly remind you of the old you? 3. Mental environment. What are you feeding your mind? Social media, gossip, negativity, or wisdom, truth, elevation? Audit your environments. If anything pulls you out of alignment, it's gotta shift. Because the subconscious doesn't just listen to your words, it watches your world. Step 3. Trust the timing and detach from outcome. This is where many people lose it. They do the work, they shift their mindset, they start manifesting, but then, when things don't show up immediately, they panic. I've been visualizing for 2 weeks. Why hasn't it happened? This isn't working. Maybe I'm not meant for this. And just like that, they reprogram fear. They collapse the field. They abort the manifestation before it ever had a chance. Here's the truth. The universe works on alignment, not deadlines. It's not your job to force the outcome. It's your job to become the person who naturally attracts it and stay there. So what do you do in the waiting? You live as if it's already done. You feel as if it's already yours. You act like you're already supported, because you are. This is faith in action. This is the final level of subconscious power. CTA detachment. Reminder. Type this in the comments to anchor it. I trust the timing. I am already aligned. And anytime you feel the old fear rise, repeat it. That's the new program. Let's go back to where we started. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, by Napoleon Hill. This is more than a quote. It's a spiritual law. But no one told you the real secret behind it. Before the belief becomes reality, it becomes identity. Before the external shifts, the internal must align. And now, you've done the work. You've identified the subconscious patterns, reprogrammed your beliefs, activated your emotional frequency, shifted your identity, taken inspired action, created new rituals, aligned your environment, trusted the process. You've become the version of you who attracts everything you once chased. You're not begging life anymore. You're co-creating it. And that changes everything. If this journey changed you, share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Send it to a friend, a sibling, a partner, someone who's ready to break free. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more awakened people. People like you who are no longer hypnotized by fear, who no longer settle for survival, who no longer believe the old lies. You are the proof that change is possible, that healing is possible, that alignment is powerful, and that the subconscious mind is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally. When you learn to program it with love, intention, and vision, you don't just attract a better life, you become unstoppable. So go, walk in your new energy, speak your new truth, live from your new belief. The world is already responding, because once you program the mind, you attract everything you are always meant to receive.